My name is Eric Wilson. I'm the Director of Internal Audit and the Chief Audit Executive at Gulfport Energy. Gulfport Energy is an oil and gas exploration and production company. So we explore for hydrocarbons, we drill and then we extract them. We move them to market, and they are what supplies energy through natural gas and crude oil that then gets refined into various products that we use on a day-to-day basis. So when I started at Gulfport, I was asked to redesign the internal audit function. And one of the things that we decided we wanted to do was spend at least as much time doing operational audits as we were doing SOX audits. And so to focus on that, we needed to change our system and change our processes. And we went to bid on audit software and ultimately ended up selecting Audit Board because of the various functions that it had and the capabilities that we just didn't see in other software packages. Big issues that I needed to be able to deal with were scale, going from small to large and then back down to small depending on the time of year that we were working and the number of contractors we had coming in and consultants. And then the other thing that I needed to be able to do was get people in and out of the system, if it's internal through single sign-on and external using usernames and passwords, and most of the software systems that were out there weren't flexible enough to allow for that. Whereas Audit Board, the way that it's designed and set up, it allows for all that functionality. I can get my third-party consultants in without any issue. I end up using some individuals with very technical expertise, petroleum engineers, people who run commodity trading desks, who don't necessarily have an audit background. And so what's been helpful with Audit Board is the fact that I can direct them to the Audit Board University, I can direct them to the online training, and they can learn how to use the system and then also how work papers are structured, things like that. We've gotten to the point now where we have control owners who own SOX controls. And if they go to perform a control and something changes or they weren't able to perform a control the way it's specifically written in an Audit Board, they'll go find their control, they'll leave a comment in the control section of Audit Board. So that way when my consultants come on site to do our SOX testing, they can look up the history and the comments, they know how to work through the documentation they're going to get. Again, I really didn't expect that from the business owners, but I think that speaks to the ease of use of the system and the fact that the business owners look at it as a pretty high value system on their side as well. So the benefits of Audit Board for us have been the level of automation that it has really streamlined our processes, and it's made things much more effective from my standpoint and from the end user standpoint, stakeholders. I'm able to very quickly get into the system and answer questions that come to me from the executive team and from the board of directors. I was on audit committee call yesterday, and during the call a question came up and I was able to open the system up and get the answer within 10 seconds versus having to go dig through directories and files and everything else to get what they wanted. So it's increased the insights that we have, the transparency that we have, and it also allows me to respond more quickly to requests. We've probably reduced the consulting costs associated with doing our operational audits and our SOX audits by in the area of 20 to 25% because of the automation and the streamlining that occurs within the system. And then also not having to have on-staff administrative personnel that's at least one FTE that would be there. So those right there are easy ROIs that I could point to. Having Audit Board in place has given me the ability to look at things from a higher level and a broader level than I would otherwise, because I don't have to get stuck in the details on a day-to-day basis. I don't have to track down emails or ask people where their control confirmations are at. The system takes care of all that for me. So it gives me the ability to take a broader view of the organization, and then it also gives me the ability to add more value through consulting work and ad hoc projects that I wouldn't otherwise be able to do.